I will be disappointed if we don't get at least one good melody out of this. Oh! That's the melody I was hoping for! Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're gonna listen to and talk about the SHANTIEN medley from Monster Hunter Frontier G. This is a relatively unknown Monster Hunter theme because it's from Frontier, but a lot of people say this is like the best monster theme in the whole series. So I'm excited. Let's go! This is a big ass medley, by the way. Okay, they're building up to something. They're holding one chord. I can tell this is going to be a slow build up. Yeah, the strings are layering on top. When they... Holding a single chord for the whole song like this makes it very easy to build up and layer more and more instruments on top of each other. It's great for a build up, for a slow build up. Flute. Yeah, just by listening to this, man, I know this is going to be an excruciating, long fight. The flute here seems to suggest some kind of ethnic element to this that I can't identify. It's hard to tell which kind of flute it is. Amazing strings. And the chord is still the same. They did not change the harmony. Or rather, actually they are. Interesting. So, now they finally changed. But the harmony, when the strings came in, the harmony was changing subtly. But the bass of the song, like the cellos and the double basses on the strings, were still playing the same bass. They're playing this. That gives the song that sense of constancy and anticipation and build up that I talked about. Look at that, the same bass. Yeah, and then the strings come in. Here if you listen to it well, the instruments on the background are changing the chords. Despite the bass, the constant bass. That's why this part feels more emotional than the previous. There's a sense of destiny here. Can you hear like the sounds? There's like there's a synth sound. Oh, bass change. Okay, so the previous phase built up to this. Let's see what they do now. And both phases have been 3 beat measures, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They raised the key, by the way. That's a great way to increase tension. and the flute is still there. This phase is a little bit more dynamic. Oh, that's interesting. So look at what they did here. So the previous phase was mostly the same chord all the way through. They just sustained the same chord for a while, and that lets them just put more and more instruments on top to create a slow build-up. Here, they're starting to change chords a little bit. They're starting to steer the motions of the chords a little bit more, and you can see that with a very basic, very small changing chords here. Check this out. Sad chord, same chord. It's about to change. Yeah, just that small transition to the tense chord and back to the sad chord creates a little bit more drama. Oh, it's building up, it's increasing in volume as well. There's so many instruments now. And it's still building up. Like, this is more dynamic than first phase, but this is still building up slowly. This is kind of scary. Like, where is this going to go? The strings are going up. What's interesting about this as well? Oh, another phase. What's interesting about this so far also is that Capcom is usually very inclined towards catchy melodies. They're usually, especially in Monster Hunter, they like doing melodies. They like doing catchy phrases and things that will stick in your head, especially if the theme is meant to symbolize, is meant to represent a specific monster. Here, so far, there has been build-up, there has been harmony, but it's been mostly shapeless in terms of melody. There's not a concrete, very tangible and memorable melody here. I wonder if that's because they're just concerned at the moment with the build-up. They're concerned with making you feel in awe of this divine sort of creature, making you build up a sort of fear, a sort of respect for it, and then later on they might drop like a crazy melody that will represent the monster. Maybe. I will be disappointed if we don't get at least one good melody out of this. And the flute again. It's hard to tell what kind of flute this is, but it's a very specific flute, I feel like. And they raise the key again. So with each phase, they raise the key a little bit. And just in case, it's been a while since I've explained that again, in case you don't know what raising the key means. When a composer is composing a song, they're using a group of notes that they are allowed to use in the song. That group of notes is called key. It goes deeper than that, but that's a simple way to explain. That group of notes is called key. When you change the key, you just replace the group of notes that you were using for a new group, and when you raise the key, you change the group of notes that you were using for an identical group, except for the fact that the new group is higher pitched. All the notes are higher pitched, and that creates a sensation of of an increase of an injection of intensity, an injection in excitement. And they've been doing that with every phase. So each phase feels more intense than the last. Oh! Some ominous harmony here. Oh! Now we're seeing the personality of the monster. That's the melody I was hoping for. Oh, amazing. Amazing melody. But I was expecting a melody that represents the monster. I don't think that's what we got. Because this sounds so heroic. Did you notice? I feel like this melody is actually representing the hunter. Is representing the heroes in the story that are trying to prevent this monster from destroying the world. So it's a heroic endeavor to try to prevent that, and the music is portraying that. I feel like this is not a representation of the monsters, it's a representation of the hunters. What I think represents the monster is the harmony that came before. There was an ominous harmony. Like this. Let me see if that was it. Check this out. Very ominous chord. A surprise sad chord that sounds very ominous and terrifying. Sounds scary. This represents the monster. And then comes the hunter part. Yeah. The harmony is almost like the polar opposite of the previous ominous harmony. Check this out. Amazing. Man, of course Capcom would deliver a melody like this, right? It's so unlike them to be melody-less. Now I'm actually wondering where this will go, because this feels like such a climax. I wonder if this will get like darker and more terrifying and tense in the next phase. That's the only way I see this going. Oh! Choirs and strings in unison. And they raise the key again. They keep raising and raising and raising, phase after phase. Another melody. there's a little bit of heroism here. But the stakes are higher now, I feel like. Oh, amazing. So, what I expected to happen was this to become super tense, super horrifying in a last phase, which I assume this is. But actually, there's still heroism here. It's still heroic. It feels still relatively positive, but the stakes are higher, so it feels more dramatic. They're using a little bit more tense chords, so there's that sense of drama, that sense of the stakes being high, the scale of the conflict. Oh. Amazing harmony. Okay, super triumphant. This almost feels like a victory lap of sorts. Amazing, man. This is like the proof of a hero moment of the fight. The harmony in this is super triumphant. Amazing, man. Look at this. Look at this kind of chord that they did here that emphasize a sense of destiny, a sense of an unavoidable kind of duty that you have to fulfill. These are all things related to heroism and related to epic battles. Check this out. Check out these two specific chords here. So there are many things that make this heroic, right, and express that kind of feeling. This one chord here I just find particularly interesting. This is what I'm gonna call this an almost tense chord to the tense chord, and then it resolves to the home chord. This transition to from the almost tense chord to the tense chord gives me such a sense of fate. That sense I was talking about the unavoidable fate, about destiny, right? Because at this point in the song you're expecting the tense chord, but the tense chord doesn't come. It's just the almost tense chord, and the almost tense chord begs for the tense chord. This transition is so satisfying to our brains. The tense chord feels unavoidable, and then from the tense chord it's only natural that you will then release all this pent-up tension with the home chord. So this entire sequence feels like such a predestined sequence, because once you hit that almost tense chord, even if you don't know anything about music theory, your brain already knows what's going to happen. Oh man, the heroism. Like at this point it feels like you already won the fight. Like it's just a victory lap. But then wait, does this play during gameplay? Now it actually does feel like you won the fight. Oh, Yeah, this doesn't feel like it happens inside the fight. Oh, this last part is from a trailer. So this is a medley of all the phases, plus the trailer of the fight. Man, it fits so well. I'd almost thought... this was amazing. Yeah, it's such a triumphant ending. Happy chord. I almost thought this was like a quest complete theme. This track was suggested on Patreon by Jaden Rivera. Hooray, Jaden Rivera. And hey, if you have some game music from a game that you love that you would like to share, do like Jaden, get on Patreon and share that track with me there so that I can share it with the world. And remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.